Paris is the capital and most populous city of France, with an estimated population of 2,165,423 residents in 2019 and an area of more than 105 square kilometers, making it the 30th most densely populated city in the world in 2020. Since the 17th century, Paris has been one of the world's major centers of finance, diplomacy, commerce, fashion, gastronomy, and science, for its leading role in the arts and sciences, as well as its very early system of street lighting. In the 19th century it became known as the City of Light like London. Prior to the Second World War, it was also sometimes called the capital of the world. The city of Paris is the center of the Île-de-France region, or Paris region, with an estimated population of 12,262,544 in 2019, or about 19% of the population of France, making the region France's primate city. The Paris region had a GDP of EU $739 billion, $743 billion, in 2019, which is the highest in Europe. According to the Economist Intelligence Unit Worldwide Cost of Living Survey, in 2022, Paris was the city with the 9th highest cost of living in the world. Paris is often referred to as the City of Light, both because of its leading role during the Age of Enlightenment and more literally because Paris was one of the first large European cities to use gas street lighting on a grand scale on its boulevards and monuments. Gas lights were installed on the Place du Carrousel, Rue de Rivoli and Place Vendôme in 1829. By 1857, the grand boulevards were lit. By the 1860s, the boulevards and streets of Paris were illuminated by 56,000 gas lamps. Since the late 19th century, at the beginning of the 20th century, Paris was the largest Catholic city in the world. French census data does not contain information about religious affiliation. According to a 2011 survey by the Institut Français d'Opinion Publique, IFOP, a French public opinion research organization, 61% of residents of the Paris region, Île-de-France, identified themselves as Roman Catholic. In the same survey, 7% of residents identified themselves as Muslims, 4% as Protestants, 2% as Jewish and 25% as without religion. Tourists from around the world make the Louvre the most visited art museum in the world. Tourism recovered in the Paris region in 2021, increasing to 22.6 million visitors, 30% more than in 2020, but still well below 2019 levels. The number of visitors from the United States increased by 237% over 2020. Greater Paris, comprising Paris and its 3 surrounding departments, received 38 million visitors in 2019, a record, measured by hotel arrivals. These included 12.2 million French visitors. Of foreign visitors, the greatest number came from the United States, 2.6 million, United Kingdom, 1.2 million, Germany, 981,000, and China, 711,000. However, tourism to Paris and its region fell to 17.5 million in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, with a 78% drop in foreign tourists measured by hotel stays, and a drop of 56% in French guests, for an overall drop of 68%. This caused a drop €15 billion in hotel receipts. In 2018, measured by the Euromonitor Global Cities Destination Index, Paris was the second busiest airline destination in the world, with 19.10 million visitors, behind Bangkok, 22.78 million, but ahead of London, 19.09 million. According to the Paris Convention and Visitors Bureau, 393,008 workers in Greater Paris, or 12.4% of the total workforce, are engaged in tourism-related sectors such as hotels, catering, transport and leisure. The center of Paris contains the most visited monuments in the city, including the Notre-Dame Cathedral, now closed for restoration, and the Louvre as well as the Sainte-Chapelle, Les Invalides, where the tomb of Napoleon is located, and the Eiffel Tower are located on the left bank southwest of the center. The Pantheon and the Catacombs of Paris are also located on the left bank of the Seine. The banks of the Seine from the Pont de Sully west to the Pont d'Iéna have been listed as UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1991. Other landmarks are laid out east to west along the historical axis of Paris, which runs from the Louvre through the Tuileries Garden, the Luxor Column in the Place de la Concorde, and the Arc de Triomphe, to the Grand Arch of la Défense. Several other much visited landmarks are located in the suburbs of the city. The Basilica of Saint Denis, in Seine-Saint-Denis, is the birthplace of the Gothic style of architecture and the royal necropolis of French kings and queens. The Paris region hosts 3 other UNESCO heritage sites: the Palace of Versailles in the west, the Palace of Fontainebleau in the south, and the medieval fairs site of Provence in the east. In the Paris region, Disneyland Paris, in Marne-la-Vallée, 32 kilometers, 20 miles, east of the center of Paris, received 9.66 million visitors in 2017. Thank you for staying with us for too long. See you next time with some interesting travel story.